All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, start by saying, call on La Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Chakwadash, which give all praise to the Heavenly Father, in the name of His Son, the Word, Healing cause God, and Jesus Christ. I also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well for teaching me His truth, as well as say shalom to the hopeful elect, all the icon pushing His word in truth and in sincerity. And Lord willing to be edifying lesson. And based on Isaiah 14, and which is going to be speaking about Esau Edom, man, who's a self-proclaimed white man, all right, because, the scriptures ultimately go into the fact of, the wickedness of Esau, and which, I mean, that was his purpose as to why he was created, man. He was created to be the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, man. Or he was created to be that third part of man, or the sons of the wicked. So ultimately, when we see these things that he does, and we aren't to be surprised by him. We aren't to be we aren't to be in shock when you see all the wicked acts and wicked deeds he commits on the earth, man. All right, because ultimately that was his role in the Heavenly Father's story, so to speak. All right, the Lord created him to be that, man, and he's done it perfectly. All right, it's very clear that the earth is under a wicked vibration. It's in a complete wicked state. That's because you have a wicked man ruling, man. Scriptures tell you in Sirach, the 10th chapter, that the man of the ruler of the city is such are the people that dwell therein. All right, that's abundantly clear, man, because the righteous were actually the authority, the righteous were reigning. All right. Then it'll be very clear, the laws, statutes, commandments, all right, the Heavenly Father's laws, statutes, commandments will actually be being kept, man, to the T. But no, the wicked is being ruled right now. Why? That was a punishment unto us, man, unto the nation of Israel, all right, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, those are the ones who ultimately is in subjection right now and being chastened due to their disobedience to our power, man. All right, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, all right, he put us in this current state so that way we can learn, man. Learn first how we have first row seats, all right, to what's going on, to what happens when we allow this man of wickedness to go forth, man. All right, but let me start this Isaiah 14 because, is it 14 or my, or is that? Oh no, Salak, yes, Sirach 14. And Khan. Again, harping on the point that this man he has no he's evil regardless, man. No matter, he doesn't pick and choose. He's just a wicked man. All right, according to all those on the earth, man, or even himself. All right, this Sirach chapter 14 and verse 5, it says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods." Right? See, he's evil to himself, man. All right, well, because what does this devil do, man? He literally sets up. Well, what does he do? He literally poisons and pollutes the water. He has to drink the air. He has to breathe the food. He has to eat. All right, because although it is the entire nation of Edom is in power right now, but but chiefly it's the head tribe, man, which is the Amalekites, man. All right, the tribe of Amalek. Those are the so-called small hatters or 1948ers. We got to speak in these different codes, due to the fact that they're literally striking down these videos for this truth going out, man. All right. But ultimately, they're the ones who are in the Holy Land, all right, of Israel, proclaiming to be us, man, proclaiming to be the Lord's chosen people, proclaiming to be the holy people, man, but clearly, but it's evident they're not, man. All right, because it was already prophesied that it would no longer be war. All right, when the chosen people went back into their land, man. All right, and not only that, man, we'd be in the kingdom of heaven. All right, clearly this ain't the kingdom, man. Clearly the law isn't going forth from out of Zion as it's written, man. So it's a multitude of ways that determine the fact that we're not in the kingdom yet to know that we're still in this fourth beast, man. Or we're still in this fourth beast, this a revival of the Roman Empire, man, and it's very clear that image is living and breathing today, man, and it's all being led by Esau Edom. All right, but let me grab 2nd Ezra 15. This 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 4 says, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." And it's going to tell you why. Verse 6, it says, "For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." See, this is what's been allowed to happen at the hands of Esau, man. He's allowed this wickedness to go forth throughout the entire earth, all right, and literally pollute the whole earth, man. It says the wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. Yet people sit up here and think there's nothing wrong with this. people sit up here and think that everything's okay with how the earth is being ran, how it's being managed, how it's being governed, man. All right. But although in these latter days, you do have people speaking against it, man, which is written as well. Everything is written, man. All right. Psalm 64 chapter tells you that tongues will fall upon themselves, man. All right. Ultimately, you have a lot of other Edomites who are bucking up and speaking against the how his own brother, how himself is ruling, man. All right, because they know they're starting to realize, oh man, they don't have our best interests at hearts also. Because see, these Edomites were cool when they were back in the so-called heyday. You go back to around the 1950s when everything was thriving for them. But now you got Esau catching hell like Jacobs, man. You got these lower level Edomites who are dwelling in poverty-stricken environments, man. All right, which goes to show the state of his people, man. That's how you know that his devil doesn't have too much longer to rule, man. This is how you know. All right, the Edomites are only going to be in power for only a small amount of time, man. All right, the end of their kingdom is rapidly approaching, and ultimately that's being made clear as the curse are slowly starting to come upon them, man. Because in Deuteronomy 30th chapter, it tells you that the curses will come upon all of our enemies, man. All right, and why they come upon all our enemies, man? Because they dealt unrighteously with us, man. All right, they forwarded our affliction when it had no end. All right, was that Zechariah the 1st chapter, I believe. And ultimately, they're gonna have to pay for that, man. There's a heavy punishment, heavy burden is gonna come upon them for them touching the apple of the Lord's eye, man. All right, that's not a light thing, okay? It's gonna be a heavy judgment for that. All right, and ultimately, I'm gonna get in Deuteronomy 30. 7. This is getting ready. This is gonna be justice, man. All right, this is a necessary thing to and ultimately this is just the punishment to get the justice, to get the vengeance, man. Because after that, they're gonna be completely rid off the earth, man. All right, these Edomites, cause this judgment is about to come upon all of our enemies, man. Let me grab it real quick. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. It says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee." Right, all the curses, man, which you read through Deuteronomy. Go to the curses that was going to be put upon the nation of Israel, okay? Put upon the nation of Israel for our disobedience, man. If we were to break that first covenant. And of course, needless to say, we did that, man. We broke that covenant, and now ultimately, the Lord subjected us to all this hell, man. All right, all these curses. And ultimately, we'll be given a grace period to get right, return unto him, and seek him 10 times more, since all hearts to win astray, man. All right, pursuing the Baruch the 4th chapter, but you see Esau, man. He's gonna have all these curses, man, are gonna be put upon all of our enemies, man. Not just Esau, okay? These curses are gonna be put upon. All right, Ishmaelites are so-called Arabs. It will be put upon the Moabites, the so-called Chinese, the Ammonites, so-called Japanese, the Elamites, so-called Indians. All right, all these prowers and bowers that these other nations are known by now, which was given. Esau created all these names just to spread and perpetuate that confusion. But ultimately, it's been the truth is being revealed, man. All right, that wicked is being revealed, man. All right, that 2 Thessalonians 2 always comes out when we get speaking about Esau and his crimes against humanity, and an exposing of them, man. Because it was already written that we have to what? We have to fall away first from who we are, but eventually we return unto who we are, return to our heritage, our lineage, knowing who we are. All right. Being in our right mind and exposing this devil, man. All right, because he was the one who ultimately was the Heavenly Father's doing. Okay, in the grand scheme of things, but he used Esau to do what, man? To complete blindness, man. He literally beat our heritage out of us, man. All right, he was beating us till we stopped calling ourselves Israelites, man. Okay, that was what he was doing. And see, we're gonna do the same thing, but in righteousness in the kingdom. So we're gonna beat him till he don't call himself white no more, man. Till he's screaming out that he's red. That's what Edom means in the Hebrew. Adawam, man, means red. Okay, so that's what he true. That's his true color, man. All right, his skin, he don't have any pigmentation, man. All right, his blood show forth through his skin. He's translucent. Okay, so ultimately he's red, man. That's why he was in the book of Genesis 25th chapter when Rebecca gave birth to Jacob and Esau. What it's written that he came on red all over, man. It was written that way because it was alarming. It was out of the ordinary, man. You look at all the other nations of people on the earth. There is different. There's clearly different shades or hues of brown, man. Okay. Even you look at like the Ammonites, man, so-called Japanese. They're extremely light color brown, but they're not that pale pasty color as all the rest of these Edomites, man. Now, of course, you do have all the nations have been scattered abroad, man. They've all been mixed and mingled amongst each other. So of course, there's you have different nations who look like other nations. So you can't fully tell, but for the just having a certain discernment, in that spirit bearing witness, man. When you see a Ammonite, who's actually, truly, that's just their true nationality, because that's what the nationality of their father is. Well, then you see what you see that they have that extreme light brown shade of skin, man. All right, and they're not super pale. All right. Ultimately, that's only Esau, man. All right, that was a curse. That's a curse of leprosy to skin. All right, and this is how we set this devil apart. This is how we're able to point him out and know that, okay, this is who the Lord's talking about, man. All right, it's very simple. Through a process of elimination, we can see who fits these this lot of these Edomites, man. This is Revelation. Still, let me get Genesis 27. Speaking about the lot. These Edomites. Genesis chapter 27. And this is Genesis chapter 27 verse 39. It says, and Isaac his father, and it's going to the blessing, or Isaac gave Esau. All right, it says, his father answered unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Right? See, this is because of what? That's what Jacob ultimately going to do, man. Jacob ultimately is going to get the victory from over Esau, man. All right? Break that yoke from off our neck, man. Represents that bondage, that slavery, that captivity we're still in to this day, man. All right? Although it's not the harsh, brutal, gruesome child slavery that we once suffered, we're still captives here, man. Or we still have to slave and pay taxes. All right, these are all things that you do when you're in subjection, man. All right, we're in rulership, you're sovereign, you're dominion. You don't pay taxes, man. All right, so this is how we discern who's who in the scriptures, man. This is how we know who the scriptures is talking about when it talks about the wicked being in power, the wicked ruling in the latter days, and ultimately him being thrown out, taken from out of power, man. All right, it says he blessed the fatness of the earth, man. That's do him from above, man. That's clear, man. That's plain, man. It's not a secret who's ruling right now, man. Look who got the money. Look who faces on the money. Who prints and makes the money. Who the top banking families. Whose way is looked at as the right way. Whose image is put up as the upstanding, upright, can't do no harm, God-fearing man, okay? It's very clearly the self-proclaimed white man, okay? It's very obvious that's who the scripture is talking about. It's very obvious that's who's in power right now, man. Because again, we brought the Sirach, the 14th chapter, in the beginning of the lesson, and ultimately that's a big reason as to why people think that he isn't the devil, because they say, all white people aren't bad, all white people aren't like that. You have the certain ones who are ruling the earth, but there's people who are poor and working, slaving, working, living check to check just like you. It's like, yeah, that's true, man, but for one, it wasn't always like that. All right, for one, it was a point in time where you wouldn't see a homeless Edomites on the street, man. All right, you wouldn't see so-called white people living in boxes in the street, okay? That's a again, that's a representation of the current state of his kingdom, man. There's the king, okay? It's slowly being broken down. All right, and ultimately, it's this devil is evil to himself, man. All right, that's what it is. He's wicked, man. He does everything against the scriptures, okay? Because you was truly, all about your, being your people. If you were in rulership, you had the man. You should want your people to be doing good, man, to be doing well, all right, to be uplifted, to be exalted. Ultimately, you shouldn't be just working to hoard all the resources, only working to have the access to the best to the best of the best, man. We're gonna lead y'all with the scraps, all right, along the rest of the nations, man. No, all right, but we're in the kingdom of heaven. Our nation of Israel, starting first foremost with the elect of the nation of Israel, those 12,000 men from each of the 12 tribes that are gonna be that governing body in the kingdom of heaven, all right, underneath Yahushua. You know, those it's gonna be Lord willing, be those men, man. We're gonna make the point, man. It's gonna be you know, the nation of Israel is going to be lifted up, man. They're going to be above all the other nations. It's not going to be some poor Israelites in the kingdom, man. Or it's not going to be poor Israelites struggling in the you know, in servitude like the rest of the nations, man. Like, that's not going to be happening in the kingdom of heaven. All right, it's going to be very clear. Okay, these are the Israelites. These are the Lord's chosen people. They're set apart. They're holy. All right, and these are the rest of the 17 nations, man. All right. Well, really, I should say other 16 nations, man, because that's what Esau is going to get completely done away with, man. Rid off the earth, because he's going to be, it's no longer purpose for him, man. Or he's already served his purpose, man. That's to be the devil on earth, man. Okay. And he's done a great job of that. Let me just see. There's more precepts. This is Malachi chapter 1. I'll start at the top. It says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. It says, I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. See this, and of course this links to Romans, the 9th chapter. All right, when it talks about Jacob, I love Esau, but I hate it. But ultimately, man, it's clear all through the scripture that the Lord dealing with certain people and everyone, and certain person he's definitely not dealing with, man. He's not dealing with any of these heathen nations, but especially not the nation of Edom, man. Okay, the Lord hates them. It says, for Jacob I love, but and I hated Esau, man. I don't get more plain than that. That's why, what do people have to do when they try to naysay? They try to you know, speak against, you know, scoff and speak against the things written through the scriptures, man. The things that the men of the Lord, starting with the apostle elders, the great millstone on down, are teaching. They try to say, well, Esau's been done away with, man. He's not on earth anymore. All right, and they say that because it's tough to get around these precepts, man. It's tough to get around these scriptures where it's plainly saying Esau, and I hated Esau, man. For Jacob, I love Esau, if I hate him, man. All right. Now that's playing upon tables, man. But it says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness. Okay, and you know what? Let me break this down completely, man, because that's what they did, man. They built back up their kingdom, man. It came over here, started with in Europe. You know, after the fall of the Roman Empire, you had what? You had that period of Dark Ages, man. All right, or the Middle Ages, the medieval times, whatever you want to call them. You know, that was when from the late 300, the late 3rd century, all right, into the late 13th century, okay? In that time period, as to after the Roman Empire fell and until Esau came back, as what's that, in Revelation 20 chapter, it says Satan has been loosed from his prison, all right, for a little season. Ultimately, that was the fulfillment of that when Esau came back into power, starting in Europe, all right, which ended up going to the over to America, man. All right, you have North America and this great power of the United States of America today, man, which is clearly the greatest kingdoms ever stood on the earth, man. Well, I should say the greatest heathen kingdoms ever stood on the earth. All right. So that's why they don't think they can fall. They don't, but because they think it's been so glorious and so mighty, and they've had all this power for so long. But what does it say? It says, "Thus says Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down." So the Lord's gonna throw this place down, man, just like He did all throughout history. Because when you go back through our history, you go back to these different great empires that have ruled. You go back to the Persian Empire. They would thought you was crazy for saying that the Persian Empire was going to get thrown down, man. All right, but ultimately that was the will of the Lord. All right, same with the Greeks, same with the Romans, and then now today with with America. All right, ultimately, which is what? Babylon the Great, according to the scriptures. So ultimately, that's going to get thrown down as well, man. All right, because that's what the Lord wants. Because the Lord is going to do it, man. All right. It says, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, man. They're the border of wickedness, man. All the wickedness comes and starts with them, man. Okay? That's ultimately who they are. It's very clear that if you're allowing, bro, only, they literally are, you literally have, if your nation's in power, you literally dictate and have, ultimate final say over the laws that are implemented in your society, man, your kingdom. All right, they make the legislation. They created 3 branches of government where they make, interpret, and enforce the laws. Well, why aren't they righteous laws then? Why are you allowing sodomites to deal with each other? Why are you allowing adultery to run wild? Why are you allowing all these abominable foods to be sold, man? Well, why are you allowing it if you truly weren't a wicked man? It says, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever, man. That indignation goes into a righteous anger. See, the Lord's had a righteous anger to these Edomites forever, man. All right. That's why, again, they're going to be done away from the kingdom, man. They're going to no longer exist. There's no longer be a need for them, man. All right. It says, and your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel. See, Israel is going to be lifted up in the kingdom, man. The righteous is going to be an authority in the kingdom, man. Let's get that in Proverbs 29. And I'll probably close with that because this is the ultimate goal, man. This salvation, man. This is gonna help the whole earth, man. Of course, it starts first and foremost with the nation of Israel, but the whole earth is gonna benefit from the righteous being put back in authority, man. This is Proverbs chapter 29. In verse 2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, man. The people are going to be rejoicing in the kingdom of heaven. That's why people aren't happy right now, man. That's why people you don't see a smile on people's faces, and people aren't all cheerful. You don't see kids outside playing in the street. You don't see a safe, harmonious environment, man. Or you see everything's just completely dangerous, man. You literally, like brothers always make the point, you're literally looked at as something's wrong with you for leaving your doors unlocked because you should expect somebody to break into your shit and steal everything from you, man. That's the state of the current kingdom that we're living in, man. The current world that we're living in. You're crazy if you don't expect someone to break into your car, break into your house, man. That's what's good. That's what we're subject to underneath the rulership of Esau, man. All right. It says, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. That's exactly what I'm speaking about. That's the perfect point right there, man. So the wicked people are mourning right now, man. People are lowly. Even these other heathen, man. People ain't happy in this world right now, man. All you got people complaining about what's going on. You got this whole manosphere community popping up with the red pill, truthers. All these things are trying to basically expose all the imbalances in the earth right now. Okay, everything that's causing a societal collapse, man, gradually, all right? Because it's evident, man. You listen to different economists talk, or just anyone who just paying attention to the news, man, or just being circumspect, just making an objective observation of the things that are going on in the earth right now. It's very clear that it's not sustainable. You ask the average person, they'll tell you, oh yeah, this world is definitely going to end, man, but it's going to be my great grandchildren's lifetime, man. All right, it's not going to be any time I'm gonna see. But little they know, man. If only they knew the things that the Lord had written, man. They knew the secrets that the Lord has revealed to His servants, the prophets, man. The end is nearer than what you believe, man. That's why Scripture say, now is the high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation near we believe, man. And again, not only it starts first and foremost with the nation of Israel, and the elected nation of Israel, all right, along with that 1/3 large multitude, but it's going to be all the heathen are going to be rejoicing too. And the king, they're going to have that evil eye towards Esau, man. They'll be like, man, it was your fault we're in that state, man. They'll be like, man, it's your fault that we're in slavery right now, serving this 1,000 years of captivity underneath Israel, man. All right, because we were following after you, thinking you were the high and mighty, thinking you were the most high, man. You literally you had to keep putting hell on the Lord's chosen people, man. All right, and when they come out of their captivity, they go back into their respective lands. And Esau is done away with. Well, then everyone's gonna be happy, man. Everyone's gonna understand. Okay, this is why they're the chosen people. This is why the Lord put them in power. This is why they're making sure that their laws, statutes, commandments are kept, man, because everyone benefits, man. The earth, the plants, the vegetation, the waters, everything, the animals, all right? Everyone benefits when the laws, statutes, commandments are to stand on the earth, man. So with that, man, I pray it's edifying. Call La Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Chakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.